I've 3 years ago, I went on, I was on sabbatical, and I went to stay with a friend in Northern Ireland. And I went to stay at his house, and I went into his kitchen, and on the kitchen worktop, he had a little piece of heaven. What he had on his kitchen worktop was now I like drinking coffee, and on his kitchen worktop, he had a bean to cup coffee machine. What that means is you put the coffee beans in the top, and it grinds them fresh, and it makes fresh coffee, and it probably has a little wand on the side that you can froth up your milk, and you can just make a perfect latte. And he'd invested in that machine, not because he was greedy, but because his wife went to Starbucks about 5 times a week, and it was costing him a fortune. So he thought that would kind of save money. And while I was there every day, I would have freshly brewed coffee from a bean cup machine, and all I did is press a button. And I said to myself, one day, I'll get myself one of those. And then I looked up at how much money they were, and they were really expensive. And I was like, I'm never having enough much. I can't afford that. But just over the last week, I finally saved up the money and I afforded myself a bean to cup coffee machine. And every morning I wake up with a little degree of excitement because I know I'm going to get a taste of heaven to start my day. I just press the button, freshly ground. Then I heat up the milk and it's all frothed and it's amazing. Here's what I know though. That fresh feeling of amazement won't last for long. Because I know when I've bought other things that it lasts for a little while, but eventually it'll just become the new normal. It'll just be like, yeah, that's fine. And that's the problem with being dissatisfied, that we think, well, if I only have this, if I only have that money, if I only get there, that'll be enough. But actually, when you get there, it only settles for a little while. The nice new feeling, the contentment only lasts for a short time. And then we want to be on the next thing. And those who long for money, long for more money, long to be rich, they step into a trap of imagining if they just get that, they'll be satisfied. And riches is not getting the most, but needing the least. It's a trap. And the only way that I know have been set free from the trap that money plays on us, the trap of wanting more because we think it'll be secure, the trap of it getting a hold on our heart and stops us being less generous, the trap of trusting in it, the trap of thinking if I only had this and we long for more that we will be satisfied, that the only way I know of avoiding the love of money, which is the root of all kinds of evil, is to adopt a regular habit of getting free through giving away. And it says it in this passage, doesn't it, towards the end? It says about kind of people who are rich can be kind of proud, and it can be easy to depend on your money, and you try and get satisfaction from money. But actually, the only way to be free, it says, is to be generous and to give it away. And 4 times it says, do good works and share and give away. And for people who have got to the place where they're comfortable receiving money, it's easy for money to get a hold of your heart. It's easy for money to make you discontent. It's easy to tell yourself, if I just have a bit more, then I'll be happy. And it can get a hold of your heart. But the only way to be free, in my experience, is to adopt the habit of getting comfortable with regularly giving a proportion away. And particularly if you're a Jesus follower, and particularly if you want your heart to be for God only, this is really, really key and really, really essential if you're going to get sorted out in your relationship with money. And the Bible often talks about a percentage. It talks about 10% as being a good principle to kind of work towards. And that idea that every time you receive something from God, maybe it's a regular income, your salary, or it's a bonus in some way, that you return 10% back to Him, just as a check on your heart, just a recognition that money's not God, that I'm not trusting in money. I don't think money is the be-all. I don't think that my source of joy is in money. I don't think that money is what's going to give me satisfaction. So I'm going to give 10% back to God. I'm going to bless God and say thank you for that. That regular habit is the only check, the only thing that will set you free. And